Hello, guys. Welcome back to Munch Hour.
I don't understand why you keep welcoming people back.
Our monthly. Now I can say it's a monthly, man. It's the third one in a row. So come on. I mean,
You're gonna break it.
I'm definitely gonna jinx it. So far, our monthly podcast, gaming and other stuff. Today we're gonna talk about the other stuff as well. I wanna talk about a few other smaller issues that are not they're not gaming related, but I think they're kind of important. Not important, but funny maybe, and important. Yeah.
I'm Werewolf.
Yeah, I'm Inconsistency. My man Werewolf here. Wolf, before we start, you were starting to tell me about playing Witcher 3. Starting Witcher 3.
Yes, I started playing it after so many years that it's been out.
Bro, people to this day still. New players still find out this game and fall in love with it or hate it, but most of them fall in love with it.
My first encounter with the Witcher franchise was Witcher 2.
Yeah,
had nice cinematics. It was an okay story. I couldn't finish it. The combat was just not for me.
No shit.
Yeah, it's very console oriented. I can feel it. It's very action adventure-y.
Mm-hmm.
I like the classic RPGs, and Skyrim combat is nothing like this.
That actually reminds me, I'm gonna add that to the list. Keep talking.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I just couldn't handle it. This was even before I started getting used to this kind of combat system of action adventure like.
Yeah.
For example, the Arkham series, different kinds, and what's that game with the orcs and the elf?
Baldur's Gate?
No.
What? Oh, I know what
Mordor.
you're talking about. Shadow
yes.
of Mordor, where you take over the orcs.
Yeah, the first one was...
Shadow of Mordor. That's
the first one.
And the other one was the War of Shadow of Mordor or some shit like that. I can check.
No, don't check. Doesn't matter.
It's not that matter. Yeah. I played both of them, by the way.
Yeah. So these games as well. I didn't play the second one because it was microtransaction fuckfest and fuck them.
Yeah.
And fuck Warner Brothers.
Okay.
But anyway.
I didn't spend any money on the microtransactions, but yeah, the game itself had some issues for sure. It was a good game though, I gotta say.
Sure.
Both of them.
Nemesis system was...
It's awesome.
Amazing and never seen before. It was very innovative.
Can you explain to people who doesn't know, to my mom who may be listening, what the Nemesis system is?
Basically, in this game, you encounter the enemies have names. They're like a part of a story. All these orcs have names or whatever. Mm-hmm. They have ranks. So if you fought like a low rank orc that somehow managed to defeat you.
Yeah.
I won't say kill, but it's probably kill and you come back to life somewhere because it's a game.
That's part of the game mechanics.
Yeah, sure. They explain it with some elven spirit or whatever.
Yes,
but you died and it's a game and you need to keep playing.
Yes, exactly.
So, but that orc that got to kill you, he gets promoted. He's getting a lot of,
respect
and pats on his back for managing to kill the evil... the evil elven spirit or whatever you are that is slaughtering their numbers.
Yes.
And now, and so he has like an addition to his name, like Elfsbane or whatever, and
I forgot about that. Yeah.
And he became your nemesis.
Yeah.
And you have like an open agenda against him now.
Yes.
But he also became stronger, and he's got like a small advantage on you on something.
He has followers now.
Yeah, and he has followers as well, of course. So it doesn't affect the gameplay much, but people are always attached to the characters if it's done right. Look at UFO. This is a classic example. Also the old ones and the new ones.
We'll be talking about that later as well.
They let
the game though. The real UFOs.
They let you change the names of the characters.
Yeah.
And they also and when they get promoted, they start to get nicknames and whatever.
True.
And you get attached to them. If they die, you're sad. You're sad to lose them. Yeah. And you make up in your head stories for what happened to them and what happens to them in the game.
Yeah.
And this is not supported in the game very much, but still this is what hooks people. I knew it hooked me, and I've heard it hooked a lot of people, and they knew this. And in the new game, they added a lot. You can change how they look, and you can give them, you can make them to your style, and this makes you attach to them even better.
You're talking about the Firaxis remakes?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same thing here.
Witcher?
No, it's the, we were talking about the Nemesis system.
Yeah, but how is sorry for cut.
Yeah,
How is
I
all this connected?
was deteriorating completely.
How is it connected to The Witcher 3? That's what I'm asking.
Because the combat, the mechanic of combat is that actiony adventure-y like.
Oh, so that you don't like it so much.
Lots of dodging and jumping around and,
You prefer the
timing your strikes, and I'm not used to these kind of
You
games.
prefer to
This
the
is very
slower, more tactical style.
Yeah,
like
either
Baldur's Gate.
turn-based, or
XCOM.
if it's real time, then something else.
Yes, I get it.
But look, I with time I got used to this kind of combat system more and more. Like I said, I played Arkham games. I played the Shadow of Mordor or whatever it was
You're
called.
playing with controller, by the way?
No, I am.
Okay.
I will never use controllers. I really can't get used to it. I have a Switch.
Oh, you tried it?
I have a Switch.
No, but have you
Lots
tried
of games on the Switch are with a controller.
Yeah.
I can't get used to it.
Yeah, but
The
Switch controller is not like this, you know? It's not the Xbox controller, right?
Looks exactly the same.
Does it? It looks exactly the same?
Uh-huh.
Okay, all right then. I've never had a Switch, so I
It's
don't
got
know.
these two joysticks that are diagonal to each other. This plus thing here.
Which company Switch? Is it
Nintendo.
Nintendo. So how the fuck can Microsoft, who make Xbox, make a exactly identical fucking looking...
The letters are probably different.
no, something has to be different. There's no way in hell that...
Wait, this is Xbox?
This is Xbox,
Then
bro.
what-
This is Xbox
Doesn't
One.
Xbox have X and square in that?
No, that's the fucking...
That's Sony?
That's PlayStation.
Sony.
Yeah, you can tell we're not console players.
You can tell I'm not a console player. I barely know these things.
Yeah.
And I tried controller for a lot of things. I can't get used to it. I
Okay,
can't.
yeah, sure.
But look, I've been a PC player all my life.
Yeah.
I'm old as fuck.
we both are.
So getting used to playing to a controller now for the first time, for first kind of years, you know. Last time I touched a controller like that before I completely switched to PC was in the times of Megason.
Bro.
We're talking about early 90s.
Can I tell you something? My 73-year-old dad now
Yeah.
plays with a goddamn controller some games. And he started using it like only a few years ago. He started figuring it out. So if he can do it, bro, you can do it if
I
you
didn't
really
say
put
I
your mind.
can't, but I'm much more comfortable with the keyboard and mouse. And
that's fine.
I'm telling myself, why bother?
That's absolutely fine. Just know that some of the games that come over from consoles, ports, that come to PC, some of them are, of course they make it for keyboard and mouse when they release it.
No, but
to PC.
you feel it. I feel it when it was intended for a controller,
Yes.
and that's I have a gripe with these things usually.
Yeah, so just that's why I started using controller and I fell in love with it. I basically use it with every game.
Fucking Days Gone felt like a controller-made game all over.
Because it is. It was.
Exactly. So it was annoying on keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, I can get it. I never played it with keyboard and mouse, but I 100% understand it. So you're playing The Witcher 3 with keyboard and mouse.
Yes.
You're.
The combat is not amazing for me. This would be the weakest point, if I have to be honest.
It's probably the biggest criticism this game has.
Yeah, but I'm saying even personally for me, because this is not the style of combat that I enjoy as very much anyway.
I get it.
And some games made it better, but this one does not feel as fluid as it should.
So how far in are you in the game?
I believe I finished the first chapter, which is supposedly the
tutorial
one.
The tutorial, which is like 20, can take like 20, 30 hours if you really stretch it.
I played it quite a bit. It didn't take 20 hours, but it took a few, more than a few.
I play games very slow.
And I also like to explore everything.
So do I.
I finished all the areas of interest, all those questions mark or whatever, and tried to find all the hidden things. It took some time.
Yeah.
I'm level, I don't know, 7. So it's the beginning.
The Witcher 3 is a perfect example of a game that, to me at least, felt a lot better to play on controller than on mouse and keyboard. I tried it with mouse and keyboard and I hated it. And then I tried it and I stopped playing. It's a game that I stopped playing and came back to a lot of times because people keep gushing over it. People it's one of the best game ever made. So every time I give it another chance, because there are a lot of stuff about it that I do like, But like you said, the combat can be a real problem for people who don't connect with it, right? And it is pretty much the only criticism or the main criticism for Witcher 3 ever since it came out. People always criticize.
Do you like that Gwent?
The minigame? Yeah, I do. I think it's a great minigame. It's a great minigame. It's so good that they actually made it as a standalone.
Exactly, because they have the game proper now.
Yeah.
Have you played it?
In the standalone Gwent?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Never.
But you just praised it.
Because I liked it in the setting of the setting of the Witcher game, of Geralt playing it.
So I should play it in the game?
Sorry?
So I should play it? I've been avoiding the
Yeah, because there's achievements as well. Not achievements, there's actual rewards and even quests connected to the Gwent. So it's worth it, yeah. And I know you'll fall in love with it. You will fall in love with it and you'll start playing every fucking Gwent tournament in all of fucking... I know, this is what happened with me as well. I said, I don't want to play this fucking mini game. It's a waste of my fucking time. I am an old man.
It hurts my gamer pride.
Bro, I'm an old, decrepit man, okay? I don't have time.
It's not only that. I have so little time to play, you know?
Yes, you have
and then I come to this RPG, which I'm supposed to be slaying monsters and helping damsels in distress.
Yes, bro.
And I'm gonna spend an hour playing a fucking card game?
Yes, bro. You have like 1,000 children and a wife. You can't have time for this bullshit, for the minigame of Gwent. And then you'll start playing 1 and 2 and you'll win 1 and 2. Once you get it. At first you might not even get what you need to do.
Yeah, because it's a proper game.
Yeah, but if you do get it and you start, this is nice. Oh, and it rewards me a new pack of cards. I like that. and all of a sudden, bro.
Loot box.
Yeah, all of a sudden Geralt stopped caring about saving the fucking continent and all he cares about is getting the new cards of the Gwent, bro. That's the only thing he cares about. He becomes a sweaty Gwent player, bro. He doesn't even chase pussy anymore. He just chases Gwent.
He doesn't... I know he's supposedly
he does
chase
get laid.
pussy.
He gets laid a lot.
All he cares about is Yennefer.
Oh, bro, I don't want... Okay, nope, I don't want to spoil anything, but you can get nasty there in this game.
No, I'm sure.
You can get nasty with other women as well.
I'm hanging around with that witch/sorceress that is hiding in Velen over there.
Oh,
what's her name?
Bruh, come on. Do I need to spell it to you? Play it, you know? Say the right words, do the right things, brother, and you're gonna hit that shit.
Alright.
And Yennefer, she ain't gonna like it if she finds out, but she doesn't have to find out.
If there was a way to describe your face, but there are just no words, and that...
Moving on.
Eyebrow wiggling.
Next subject. I gotta talk about Diablo 4 again, but I'm gonna make it short this time.
Wait.
What?
Please tell me you're going to shit all over it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna shit all over it, baby.
Oh, I'm ready, baby.
You ready for this?
I'm cracking my knuckles here. I'm ready, baby.
Hell yeah. Listen, when I gave the score, if you remember, if you remember the score I gave to the game last review, I gave it a solid 8 out of 10. But I said, if you remember, I told you that I gave it an 8 to the campaign, the early game, early to mid game.
Yeah.
And that
shameful.
And that I'm reserving the right. Those are my exact words. Reserving the right to change the fucking score of this game because it's a live service game which will change during time. And so my score will change during time as well. If the game gets worse, I will lower the score. If it gets better, I will increase the score. That's it. The game was an 8 out of 10 when I played it, when I talked about it exactly a month ago. Was, yes. Yes, emphasis on was. And ever since I finished the campaign, my druid is now level 74, something like 75, 74, something like that, which is fairly end gamey. And they ever since we talked last, they released season 1, which is their hopes, all their hopes and dreams are concentrated into that fucking season because that's their whole monetization fucking scheme, baby. The seasons.
It also needs to be a bomb to hook people.
Yeah, it has to be good to... Exactly. So, Blizzard, known for their absolute amazing connection to the community and brilliant ideas and just amazing, they're so good at their job.
Sure.
Decided, in their infinite wisdom, a week before the fucking season drops... to release a patch out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere, it came without warning, a huge patch, like a massive, the biggest patch they released so far,
What, we're talking about like downloading 2 gigs of...
I don't care how many I downloaded, how big it was, but it was big in the patch notes, big changes, bro. Huge changes, okay? And most of those changes were absolutely fucking disgusting, all right? I'm talking like nerfs across the board to all the skills, all the classes, everyone got fucked. No one got away, bro. Everything got fucked.
Basically what I told you is, you like that power trip?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, now open your wallet.
Yes, it's like Blizzard said, wait, listen, bro. Listen, I'm going to tell you exactly how the Blizzard meeting happened. They met before starting to work on this patch, and they said, listen, this is the best-selling game we ever had in the history of Blizzard. This is amazing. But we all know nobody gives a shit about... Kotick doesn't give a shit about those numbers. He only cares about how many people buy the new battle pass and go to the cosmetic shop. This is the only thing that matters. So listen closely. Everyone is having so much fun playing the game. They're advancing too fast in the goddamn content. We need to slow shit down before the season 1 comes out. How do we slow shit down? Give me ideas now. Make things worse. Everything worse. I need anti-fun mechanics. I need them now. I need them now. So
how can we betray them worse than we betrayed them with Overwatch 2?
I want us to make a huge mistake, and I want us to make it now. That's what he said. And
bigger than Overwatch
2. Yeah, don't get me started on that shit. We'll talk about that later. But never mind. So yeah, what did they do? They released a huge patch that nerfed everything. And the game basically, which felt pretty decent to play up to that time, was an 8 out of 10. A shaky 8 out of 10, but an 8 out of 10 nonetheless. I was playing the game. I was
kind of shaky. You said it was a solid.
Because it became shaky after realizing the direction that these fucking idiots are taking. Anyways, they released the patch. It was a disaster, bro. The community pretty much imploded. Like the Reddit became like a meme factory. I haven't laughed this hard in weeks, bro. Just reading Reddit. It was so funny, bro. I was sharing it with a friend that plays the game as well. He pretty much quit the game ever since. All my friends, even I don't see, well, he was in vacation, but even before the vacation, I don't see Nate and his wife play the game anymore as well. Because the fucking patch it's everything that is wrong with games is implemented in this patch. Let me give you an example of something very small. It's something very small,
yeah.
But just to show you the absolute twisted delusion these developers are living in. There is an option to exit out of a dungeon once you finish clearing it. Okay? Dungeon is like one of the biggest activities you'll be doing in the game.
It's called the town portal.
Yes, exactly. No, not even a town portal. There's an option to even if you don't want to town portal and you just want to exit you want to teleport to the exit of the dungeon that you entered. So you can like continue doing the activities around it if you don't want to go back to town. Both of those options, for whatever reason, they increased it from 3 seconds to 5 seconds. It now takes 5 seconds to teleport out of a dungeon instead of 3 seconds. Why?
Because you were exploiting it.
What?
You've been using it too much.
What? I don't understand. What is the design philosophy behind that? It literally makes zero fucking sense. It's a small change, but it's such a small change, but it shows you their thinking.
Let me show you. For example, you're gonna see that soon, when you finish the dungeon and you wait those 5 seconds, a banner will pop that offers you to buy something. You want that banner to be there for 5 seconds, not for 3.
No, but you are correct. The reason that people say that they slowed shit down so much, they slowed the game so much, especially a week before the goddamn season comes out, which is such a horrible mistake, but whatever, is to make people grind more and to increase game retention, make the users do the same stuff they used to do before.
Take it longer.
Or take longer. And that's exactly what the patch does. It makes you feel, it made everything feel a lot more grindy. All the endgame activities feel a lot more grindy. They take longer for me now.
But then if they don't do this, how are they going to get you to pay for grind time savers?
Yeah, so now if I want to play the devil's advocate and be on Blizzard side, I can say, listen, they introduced new mechanics into Season 1, which give you gives your character a power level which is not you can't use in the eternal server, in the servers that are not connected to the season. Because when every season, by the way, if you don't know this, every season you need to start a new character and basically level it up and finish the season activities and level it up till you finish the season, and that's it. Then when the season ends and a new one starts, he becomes an eternal server character. He moves to the eternal server, and that's it. You can play it or not, but that's how it works. That's
so they call the recycle bin the eternal server.
Yes. So they nerfed the shit out of the eternal server. Basically, my druid that was able to do certain content wasn't able to do that content anymore out of the blue. I went into the game and the game felt like shit to play all of a sudden. They just killed the game, the main game, and said, it's okay. Play the new season. You get a new character. There's new powerful mechanics, but it doesn't fix my fucking druid. And what if I don't want to play your fucking FOMO field season and I just want to play the eternal server? What about all those guys who just want to focus on the eternal server? They're fucked.
How is this being the devil's advocate?
No, I'm just saying. I understand why what their excuse might be for
that excuse does
reducing
not
the power
what
level all
said.
across the board.
But changing the time you take to teleport outside of the dungeon from 3 seconds to 5 does not change your power level.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
But that's the whole point. They want you to advance slower, so they can sell you time savers.
Yes.
Do you understand that these companies are basically saying, here's a game, buy it, but you're not going to have fun playing it. You're going to want to buy things that make you play it less.
No, I mean, they need to hook you. They did hook us first, right? The vanilla game.
They let you taste the meat, and then they took it away.
Yes, exactly.
You let the wolf taste it, and then you starve the motherfucker.
Yeah, they gave us a little lick of the sugar, and now we were addicted to that shit. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then they said, a
sip of the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, you like that shit? Oh, that's nice. Nerfed! Everything is nerfed, bitch! You got fucked! You want to play the game. The only problem is, what they didn't think about is that Baldur's Gate 3 is coming out in a few days. Okay, bro?
And like
Starfield is coming in September. There's like new options. There's a new game came out just now that everyone is praising named Remnant 2. I mean, there's some fucking good shit out there, bro. There's options. You can go play other stuff. You don't have to play this fucking game. Blizzard do not have the power they used to have where you were hooked only to their games. No, they used to be that. They're not that anymore. They're long gone from that. They're fucking... You can feel everything they do. You can feel the intention behind it. The malicious, pure fucking greedy intention behind it.
The monetization scheme.
Yes. Now, I know for a fact that not all these developers are like greedy cunts that just want to get your money. I'm sure that because... I told you when we talked about the game at first, when I talked about last time, there is a lot of good in the game. Mm-hmm. I can tell that there was a lot of love and sweat and tears invested in it, in some areas of it. But you can tell that someone from above just told them what is the most important aspects of the game, and fun is not part of it. Yeah?
Someone came to some meeting.
Yeah.
While playing with his phone, said something like...
Not even looking up. Even looking up from it.
Exactly. He's playing with his phone and says, you need more money grabbing schemes. But sir, make it happen, and leaves.
Have you seen revenue has dropped by 1.5% last quarter?
No, I just got an email from our investors, blah, blah, blah. Whatever, make it happen.
But sir, Diablo 4 is our fastest selling game.
Make it happen.
Okay, sir. Yeah, that's exactly what happened, bro. I mean... When I saw they like 24 hours after, not even 12 hours after the patch was released, they immediately issued an apology.
they had it ready in advance, bro.
Yeah, of course. That's what makes me even think more that the developers are kind of knew that the gaming community will hate this, but they had no choice in the matter. You know what I mean? They got the order to do it.
Yeah.
So I almost feel bad for them. Kinda. So they said they issued an apology like 12 hours after the patch, and they said, listen, guys, we're gonna have a fireside chat, like a stream of them sitting around and talking about what's next and about the patch. And I watched
Blizzard
that.
loves those fireside chats.
Yeah, listen, I saw that shit, bro, and it was one of the most depressing fucking shit I've ever seen in my life, bro. You see 3 people, and these are the head honchos in the game development. These are the guys who pretty much designed the game. Okay?
These are the guys that corporate bastard is yelling at when he wants more money.
And they're sitting there, and I honestly, bro, even though I was completely enraged at the decision making they made, I felt really bad for them at that moment. I saw their faces. They looked either they're really, really good actors, which I doubt, or they looked like legitimately 3 depressed people sitting there and like, listen, we understand we fucked up. It was a bad patch. We will never make a patch like that again. They literally said that we will never make a patch like that again, and we will never release a patch out of the blue without like giving you guys like a week earlier like patch notes that you can go over and like see if there's something, if we're doing something really stupid again. Basically, they didn't say those words, but that's exactly what they meant. And I felt bad for them on one point, but on the other point, I said, you know, do you remember? Have you seen the movie, the new Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix?
I have not.
But there's a part there where he says, "You get what you fucking deserve, bro." That's and they got what they fucking deserve. I felt bad for them. I did as a human, I had empathy towards them. I'm sure they feel like shit.
Human? You?
A bit, just a bit. Let's not exaggerate. And I'm sure they're taking a huge amount of online harassment from crazy people. There's so many lifeless, fucking crazy people, bro. Basement dwelling, fucking lifeless fucks.
They get swatted.
No, I'm being serious. I'm sure they get death threats. I'm sure because I know developers talk about it all the time now. There are some crazy unhinged people out there, and they do. Doesn't matter what you do when it comes to game development. Doesn't matter how much of a scumbag you are. You don't deserve to get your life threatened or your family threatened. Come on, there's a fucking.
No, but they also don't send it to the right people.
People don't understand this. What do you mean, right people? So you should send like.
They can send Bobby Kotick all the death threats they want. He said he threatened to have people killed also.
I do not condone this behavior, and I do not approve this message.
You?
Yes, me, bro. Listen.
You're like the hugest BM guy I've ever met in my life.
Bro, BM.
You spend half the time in CS BMing the enemy.
This is true. By the way, I got my Heroes of the Storm account banned for BM.
Exactly. Not surprised in the least.
Bro, I'm like, I got 8 years of work, thousands of hours, bloop, down the drain.
And you are telling me you won't condone this?
Because there is a big difference between BMing someone in a competitive environment, that's online gaming. I don't know why it's considered toxic today to talk shit in an online competitive game. Same way you talk shit in any sport or when you play with your friends. It's
No. The descriptions you describe of their mother, their family, and the kind of things they do in the farm.
Listen, I only go nasty when the people are talking shit to us. You know this. I don't talk at all when they don't talk to us. And besides that, I will never condone violence against developers or even Bobby fucking Kotick, bro. I mean, come on. I'll talk shit to him. Sure, I think he's a fucking douchebag, and he pretty much single-handedly created a huge amount of damage to the gaming community and killed Blizzard. All of those things are true. I will never condone violence or threatening him or his family. Fuck that shit. It's not on that level, bro. If it be on that level, I should like re-examine my life.
Have you seen his images with the horns? He has horns.
Yeah, because he is the absolute fucking devil. But we're not talking,
the devil's advocate.
We're not talking about an actual warlord, bro. A guy who has like, there's enough.
They're less worse.
Bro, there are enough vile people out there in the universe, in the world to hate, that deserve to literally to hate like real hatred, than
Robert Kotick.
Bobby Kotick, like fuck that guy, fuck him, man. Anyways, whatever, we fucking went somewhere else completely. So Blizzard.
You were shitting all over Diablo 4. Let me bring you back.
We're gonna finish this in a moment. They introduced anti-fan mechanics into the game to make it slower and to force you to, like you said, play the new season, because the new season doesn't get affected by those changes so much because of the new system that the sockets, they made some new gems that give you more power with new sockets to the jewelry, whatever.
In addition to the aspects and all that.
Yes, you now have a new system. Oh, and they didn't even give you more like space to put stuff in. So,
sure.
Yeah, so you have basically another stuff that you need to hoard, and you have no new space for it.
They're training you in inventory management.
Yeah. Anyways, they apologized. They said they'll never do the same mistake again. We'll see. Right now, the score has gone down from an 8 to a 6.
Yours.
My personal score for the game has dropped from an 8 to a 6. And I'm sure they will fix most of these issues. I'm still playing the game, not nearly as much as I played it before the patch. But I'm still playing. I'm playing the new season, so I started a new character, a rogue.
Has the shop been activated?
Yes. Oh, the shop has been activated from day one. That's not the thing. The new.
It wasn't for day one. Yes. We discussed it a few times, and you said no. I haven't seen the shop. It's not activated yet.
No. The shop was activated from day one. What I said is that they still haven't activated the battle pass and the season mechanics. Those are the stuff that they added now.
I'm sure a listener or two can check the other episode and see that you have indeed said the shop was not active.
No. I'm pretty sure I said, if I said that it was not active, I made a mistake. I'm pretty sure I said it's active though, because it was active. I said that it's not in your face. That's what I said. It's not blatantly in your face. It's not trying to...
I was trying to ask you what kind of things they sell there, and you didn't know because
Cosmetics.
And time savers?
I haven't seen time savers yet. I am sure they will introduce some sort of time saver in the future. Right now, they're like testing the waters.
So what are they selling? Describe to me.
There's
skins only?
In the battle pass?
Yes. No, in the shop.
I haven't browsed the shop, bro, but I've seen the battle pass. From what I've seen, it's all cosmetic armor that you can't get in the game.
All right.
Yeah.
But you haven't checked the shop.
I haven't checked to see the gear. No, I don't care about the shop. I never cared about the shop. We talked about that. It's not. I'm never gonna be checking the shop. But I do know from videos that I watch of other people who check the shop. Yeah, I know exactly I know that there's nothing that saves you time yet, and there's nothing that gives you more. There's not even stuff that gives you more space yet. I am sure they'll introduce this in the future. I have no doubt it will be introduced in the future. Hopefully they'll fix their fucking game. I'm still semi-enjoying the game because I'm playing a new character. So most of the issues of the game, they start coming online only near the level 50, because then the game slows down considerably. You don't get upgrades to your gear as fast. That's when the game starts feeling like a lot more like a slog and not as fast and fun. So I'm near there now, and I'm sure the new patch that'll come out will fix some of the stuff, but yeah, the game, it feels like most of the lessons that they learned from Diablo 3, Reaper of Souls, which was a good expansion, they pretty much saved that fucking game, hasn't been transferred over to the new Diablo. They're making the same mistakes, some of them worse. And the game is suffering from the biggest problem which is it's a live service game. The fact that there's no acts, bro, and there's no separation between acts, and it's all one big fucking open world, open fucking map, you don't feel like there is any difference in level. You move from place to place. Most of the time you just use portals, teleports. You don't even run there anymore because you already unlocked the teleport. And you just don't feel like you're going anywhere new. It all feels the same. You know what I mean? All the dungeons feel kind of samey. You do the same fucking things again and again. I don't know. The game is very bland right now, and it's a shame because there's a good game. Somewhere in there's a good game. They managed to fuck it up with this patch. I'm sure they'll fix it with time, but the problem is they don't have time because new games that might be better are coming out, like Baldur Gate and stuff like that. And yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say about Diablo 4 for now. It's a 6 out of fucking 10. Play it for the mechanics, play it for the campaign, finish the campaign, and you can pretty much hang your hat and wait for season 3 or 4 maybe.
Oh, don't play it at all and don't give money to these assholes.
Also a good option, to be honest. Yeah. Alright, what else? So, anything you wanna, from these topics that catches your fancy?
Go for the Ubisoft because it's short.
Oh, yeah. We'll talk about it shortly. Yeah, let's talk about it. So Ubisoft just a few days ago released an email, for certain people, certain users of their Uplay launcher or store.
I have that launcher.
I have it as well. I haven't used it in years. But
me neither. Because fuck Ubisoft and
Ubisoft
sexual
has
predators.
These guys... you know, they're not even. They just completely another company that completely lost their way. They used to be a very good company. They made really good games. You got to give them credit when credit is due. But today they completely lost their way. And yeah, they sent an email that says to certain people that says, "Hey, listen, we noticed that your Uplay account isn't very active. So unless you press this link right here and enter the basically log in into our servers, we're gonna delete it."
Delete what?
Your account and all the associated games.
If I would have received this email, and I'm surprised I haven't touched my Uplay account in years.
Same.
How did I get this email? I would have thought it's phishing.
Same.
That sounds like phishing.
It does.
They give you like a, you have to act now or something will happen thing.
Obviously.
And they want you to click a link.
Obviously, but listen, I did get mails like that previously from services like, Google Drive, or there are some services like cloud services. There are some services that if you don't go into them for a very long time, they're almost required by law, and I'm pretty sure there's a law for this, that they need to make sure that you're active. Otherwise, they're wasting a bunch of fucking space. You know what I mean? And so it's not completely out of the blue. However, in this case, we're talking about if people who actually have a lot of games, like me and you, who haven't touched the Ubisoft launcher in years because we don't like what they're doing these days and we don't want to use another launcher, whatever the reason is. People like us have like a bunch of games. We invested a bunch of hours in those games.
And money, of
course. If this is true, and I one day will get a mail like this that they're gonna delete all my shit, I'll feel pretty bad about it. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean?
But I don't understand. Delete your shit. You own the license to the game. You paid for it. They can take that away.
Well, from what I understand it, and this is true for pretty much every online gaming service, or even like Steam, you're basically buying the license.
I said license.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, you're buying the license to play the game.
You're paying for the right to play it.
But you're not actually. Oh, yeah, exactly. You don't exactly own. You don't own the game.
No, you're paying for the right to play it.
Yes. So they have the right to take away your license at any given moment if you breach any of their
terms of service.
Yes. Exactly. So.
Unless this has been there from the start, a change like that is not something that sounds simple. You know, like them telling people, well, remember those terms of service? Yeah, we changed them now. If you don't actively use it, we're going to take away your license.
If it hasn't been there from day one when you pressed next to when you read the fucking...
Yeah, but I always read them.
You're one of the only people.
I know. For sure.
So... You've read the terms of service of Uplay?
That I don't remember. I don't remember if I read it or not, because I don't know if it was at the time when I did read these.
I mean, yeah, think about Steam. It's so many years ago. I mean, do you think that back then they had that written that if you break their term of service in some way, then they can just ban your account?
No, this is always there. What I'm saying is that I don't think it would have been in the terms of service to begin with that you have to use the service, all the time.
Especially when those games...
Like inactivity the definitions. Those things don't usually exist in those terms of service. The fact that if you breach it, that they can take away your license to play, that has always been there. Sure.
Yeah.
But that's okay to have.
Sure. If you breach the...
if you breach the terms of service,
but
that's your problem.
Can they tell you, legally, that one of the terms of service is that you have to log in every X time?
And that, if I would have read it then, that would have been flagged for me. I would have seen that and said, whoa, what the fuck?
It seems weird. It seems something that people would be talking about. People would be flagging.
I don't know. People agree to all kinds of shit. You don't want to know why I don't use Discord? Because their terms of service tell you that anything that you use on their platform, be it voice chat, talking, files you upload, pictures, anything, belongs to them. They get ownership for it. You send to a friend on Discord a picture of your naked mother, they own it. And this includes ideas or anything you say, music that you shared with your friends or whatever. I read that and I was like, what? No, what the fuck?
Interesting that nobody's talking about that.
Exactly, and people agree.
Yeah, we agree to a lot of... Bro, the age of privacy, if you haven't noticed, is dead. And
not for me.
Yeah, but like I said, you're in the minority. Most people are like... Unfortunately, okay? Most people, including myself, okay? Most people, our privacy is pretty much fucking dead. Bro.
Yeah.
I use Facebook. I use it for work, but I still use it. I use Facebook. I use Instagram again for work only. But it doesn't matter. I'm on it.
Yeah.
Okay, it is what it is. And
Skynet knows everything about it.
Yes, bro. I mean, do you know what ChatGPT really does?
Collects information.
Exactly. It scrapes information from all over the internet. The most common and most successful and most popular thing of every category that you give it, it goes and scrapes it from Google searches, from Twitter. Sorry, Twitter changed its name to X.
X, yeah.
Yes.
From X.
Yes. And by the way, the reason it's connected to the scraping thing that I'm talking about, the reason fucking Elon Musk made the ability to see tweets without having an account, something that was up to this day, I could go into some company's Twitter account without having an account. I don't have a Twitter account, never will have. But I can go into any tweet and see what they're typing, news or some shit like that. So he closed that ability. Yeah. I got mad when he did that, but then he said why he did that. The reason he did it literally is ChatGPT, because ChatGPT would scrape tweets for information and piss people off. So and there's a lot of people who now want to there's people who threaten lawsuits against ChatGPT for stealing, what's the word for
intellectual property?
Yes, exactly. Thank you. So back to the scraping and back to the whole point I was making.
Yeah.
About, shit, I lost my train of thought, brother. What was the overarching subject we were talking about?
Ubisoft.
Oh, deleting. Yes, Ubisoft, sorry. So, fuck. I'm completely weed brain, bro. You can remove this whole part from the fucking...
Or leave it, because it's funny.
Nah,
but anyway...
Yeah. No, remove this part.
You were saying that your privacy is gone.
Yeah.
And that ChatGPT was also scraping information.
Yeah. Sorry, yes. Thank you. You connected me. Thank you very much. Yes. So there is some sort of connection between our privacy and ChatGPT scraping stuff and other AI modules in the fucking future. Everything's connected. What I'm saying is that privacy, the concept of privacy is dead, and the concept of ownership is dying as well right now. Corporations are taking more and more ownership away from the consumer and into their hands, and we just rent time or licenses to use stuff that we used to own. Pretty much everything that used to be on a physical format is if it's CD-ROMs, right? If it's DVDs, Blu-rays, whatever the fuck, bro. You can Blu-rays still go on for now, for today.
Yeah.
But I think in the future, when you have much better internet connections, faster connections, everything will increase. Everyone will have 4K in their houses. You would see Blu-ray become exactly like DVDs are. Yeah, exactly. Everything is becoming digital. And that's also connected to the privacy dying as well. Because you have to connect to digital platforms.
No one owns a movie today. You see it on a streaming platform.
Exactly. The concept of ownership is disappearing. And video games is one of the fastest disappearing media in the world right now.
There's lots of companies that are into archiving, historical elements of the gaming industry or whatever, because they want to preserve it for future information.
Yeah.
And they're exactly complaining about this, because companies are not releasing their intellectual property, even though they don't have no plans on ever using it again.
Yeah.
And they're not even actively selling it. It's like you can buy it if someone decides he has a fancy for a rat or something. It's like something they decided is dead and they buried it, and they still will not share it with archives or historical companies or whatever for the future of information and the history of the industry?
Yeah.
No, nothing. They say fuck you.
Yeah.
It's dead, and we are keeping it dead.
Yeah, Netflix. I used to buy all the movies that I love the most. I used to get in DVDs, or the music that I love the most. I used to.
Yeah.
Now I can't deny that the convenience of making everything digital and making it like Spotify changed my whole music listening habits.
Sure.
I literally stopped buying CDs and I stopped, I just listen. I pay a monthly subscription and I listen to everything I want on Spotify.
I pay for Spotify.
Exactly. Sure. It's very, very convenient. But there is a big problem. This issue also connects to this issue later.
Yeah.
Because it's all about this, man. It's all about the streaming services. We'll talk about it. They're not giving you numbers about the movie streaming services. They don't give you numbers about the popularity of their shows or movies. They keep that shit hidden for whatever reason, bro. Someone is getting fucked, 100%. Yeah. Otherwise, they'd give you the information. This is one of the main reasons.
But wait, even Steam doesn't give it, right? There's sites that you need to go that follow the Steam analytics, but Steam doesn't give you access to it easily.
I think Steam is a bit more open than other companies, but yeah,
if you want to see like how many people have been playing Witcher in the last 6 months, it's not on Steam site that you see it. You go on a third-party site that monitors all kinds of data from Steam.
You can go into a game in Steam, though, and see active
users. Only yours. Oh, and you can see total active users in Steam, not in a specific game.
I mean, I imagine it's people who are online playing the games, that specific game, and that's how they get that data. They don't show you, like, offline users, I guess. I'm guessing. I don't know.
I don't think they know about offline users.
Yeah. This whole thing is connected to this whole privacy / streaming residuals / AI scraping / privacy, ownership dying. All those issues are intertwined together and connected to the writers and actors strike going on in Hollywood right now.
Before you switch to that.
Yeah.
So we're done with Ubisoft?
Pretty much. I mean, we just...
So they're basically saying if you don't play, we take away your games.
Yes, but this is not something... I haven't gotten that mail yet. You haven't gotten that mail. Yeah. So we don't know if only...
We also don't know if it didn't end up in some spam folder.
We don't know also. We don't know if this guy we don't know how many games this guy really has in his... He didn't show us his game library. He didn't show us his history. Maybe he doesn't have...
Does it matter?
It does. If he doesn't
if he has 0 games, you mean?
Maybe the guy created a fucking account, entered into it once, maybe played one game or haven't played any game and left and hasn't used it since.
Yeah.
It's legitimate to delete that account after an X amount of time, I think. It is.
Sure.
So maybe that's the whole thing, but it does raise the whole conversation we just talked about. The whole ownership, privacy, that whole conversation connects to that Ubisoft thing and to the bigger problem that we have with, do we really own all the games that I own in Steam, in Blizzard, in Battle.net, in whatever fucking launcher you use? There's so many today. Do I own? I don't own any of the movies that I see on Netflix.
Of course not.
Or
Amazon take down things all the time.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And those corporations, they decide what to take off or remove. They also censorship stuff.
Disney Plus. Yeah. They had a new Willow movie. You know the Willow movie?
You mean the show? The new show?
There was 1980 something. Val Kilmer.
That's the movie.
Yeah, it's called Willow and the Princess.
Yes.
I love that movie.
Yeah, great movie.
Cult.
Great movie.
Great movie. Like style of Princess Bride and whatever. It's
very Dungeon and Dragon-y.
Very fantasy, but it's those puppet fantasies and it's...
No CGI.
No, exactly. No CGI. It's all puppets and it's really well made and it's fun.
From the 80s, right?
Yeah, 80s, exactly. It's like Dark Crystal shit.
We're old, by the way.
Yeah, Labyrinth, all those movies from then.
Yeah, I love those movies.
Exactly.
High fantasy movies, I love them.
Yeah. And they had a new Willow movie in Disney Plus. And as far as I understood from somewhere, I actually haven't checked, but I have no reason not to believe them. They just removed it. The movie is gone from the service.
Willow? The movie Willow?
The new one.
It's a show again. It's a TV show.
It was a series?
It's a series and
it was a movie. They made up a second movie.
No. It It was a TV show. I can show you right now if you want, if you don't believe me. But it was a TV show, 100%, I'm telling you. It was a TV show. It was extremely terribly received because it was bad. I guess Disney decided it's not worth keeping it around and just removed it.
That's why they remove it completely. You can't even access it.
Yeah,
why?
Because it was shit.
Even if it's shit, why does
No, you're right.
What does it cost them to keep it on the fucking menu?
I think it does cost them, bro. I mean, what do you mean? It costs them. It's a movie that's sitting on their server. It costs them money.
You think they deleted the data? No fucking way.
I 100%.
No fucking way.
I 100% believe they deleted it completely from their server.
No.
Oh, they have it somewhere. Don't worry. They have it in some cloud. They have it in some.
So what difference does it make?
But they remove it from the actual Disney servers, from the Disney Plus. The actual. Yeah, 100% they remove it. I'm putting money on that shit.
We're talking about the company that owns about 60-something% of the media in the world, and they don't have money for a server?
Bro, we'll see how long that... Do you know how badly Disney are losing money this year, bro? Or like ever since, like in the past 6 months, they are losing money like crazy. They are bleeding money. The whole Marvel universe is pretty much dead. Other than fucking Guardians and No Way Home, the last Spider-Man, those are semi-successful movies. All the other Marvel movies poorly performs in the theaters and in the streaming services, and the shows are fucking horrible. The Marvel shows are fucking getting ripped apart. There's a new show right now that I didn't even know was out since nobody's talking about it.
Fury.
Yeah, Secret Invasion, whatever. Nobody's even talking about it because it's so bad. So yeah, and Disney don't even get me started on the fucking what they did to Star Wars, bro. Star Wars is fucking horrible. Holy shit!
What is horrible?
All the shows, all the new shows of
Mandalorian isn't
Mandalorian. The first season was great. The second season was okay. The third season was pretty fucking bad, bro. It had good action scenes here and there, but the actual season was pretty fucking bad.
I liked it.
I don't know, bro. I feel like Disney have completely lost their whole like creative.
I feel like maybe
power.
You have high expectations. Too high.
I really do not have any high, bro. You can't look me in the face and tell me that the fucking. By the way, if you haven't noticed, in this podcast we're talking about a bit other stuff that not only gaming related. We're talking about some TV and movie and other stuff like that because we're geeks. We like talking about that stuff. Anyways, what was we saying? Yeah, bro, you can't look me in the eyes and tell me that the fucking show. I'm just thinking about it makes me mad, bro. The show about fucking come on, what's the name of the
Boba?
No, fuck Boba Fett. The book of Boba Fett was.
It wasn't that bad.
It was pretty bad, bro. The best episodes were the one with the Mandalorian.
I agree they were better, but it wasn't that bad. That's what I mean. You are shitting all of these things. Diablo 4 is much worse.
The Obi-Wan Kenobi one. That's the one I want.
I haven't watched that one.
Oh my god, bro.
But people have told me that the other one with the pilot. That rebel pilot, what's that called? They said it's good.
Andor?
Yeah, people said that.
I watched Andor. It's okay. It's slow as fuck and boring as fuck for me. But it is better than the other shows.
So some are okay and some are less okay. This is the
even
way
that
of the
show.
industry.
But money wise and performance wise, even that show didn't perform very well. So
that doesn't mean it's bad.
It means that I'm not okay. You know what? Even if you don't want to say it's bad or not bad. Objectively, they're losing money. If you're gonna look at a fucking Disney, Disney, whatever, what's the name?
Lots of companies are losing money now. Market. There's kind of a crash in economics.
Yeah, but Disney have it coming. They have it coming.
I'm just saying, you need to see if they're losing more money than the rest.
Oh, they are. I mean, they changed the fucking president 3 times in the last 3 years, bro. And one of the president that they changed, Bob Iger basically resigned. They brought some other schmo instead of him to take all the blame of the fucking COVID stuff.
Yeah.
He took all the blame, fired him, and brought back Bob Iger. Now he's back. It's a company that doesn't know what they're doing, bro. They're not dissimilar from Blizzard in how they're although all these. Listen, I don't have kids, so obviously it's less for my demographic. But I imagine that as a parent, you probably have Blizzard Plus in your fucking household.
Blizzard Plus?
Blizzard Plus. I'm even mixing them up.
I was like,
Disney
what?
Plus. Disney Plus.
Of course I have Disney
Yes,
Plus.
everyone who has a child in home.
No, but I would have owned it even without it.
Yeah,
all the Marvel and the Star Wars.
All I'm saying is that even all those new remakes that they make of classic
children
of classic Disney movies, like all the classics like Lion King.
Yeah, you're talking about the actor,
Little Mermaid.
Yeah. Like they made Aladdin now, and
so
then
they
the
make
Little Mermaid.
the real life equivalent.
Yeah.
And they're all so much worse. They don't add anything to the originals. The worst. The acting is wooden. The songs are worse. Everything is worse.
The Lion King was okay.
I don't think so, bro. I think it
Wasn't that bad.
I think it was lifeless, and it was lifeless compared to the original hand-drawn one, which shows so much emotion and has so much character. It's so lifeless, and they went for the semi-realistic way of in the Lion King. Is it an impressive technology? Yes, of course. But you don't watch fucking Lion King for the impressive technology. Watch for the story and enjoy the animation. And it's seeing a semi-realistic lion talk is, I don't know, something is off about it. It seems weird. It seems twisted.
Did you like The Way of the Water?
The Way of the Water, Avatar 2. I like this. So I like the movie. I watched it. It's a good movie to watch on a big screen. It's a movie that actually demands you to go and watch on a big screen and not on a fucking, in streaming service.
I watched it both in 3D in the movies and also in Disney+.
Yeah, I think in 3D it's a lot more effective. And I enjoyed it. Is it an amazing movie? Nope. Is it a movie do I think the first one is better? Yep. I watched the first one a few times and I think it's a decent movie. This one is not as good, but it is an extremely amazing technology. It is the most impressive CGI I've ever seen in my life, hands down. No doubt about that. That's technology.
That's also this.
The technology is amazing, yes. No, but that's what I'm saying. It's not the same because the world of Avatar works for what it is. Everything there works. It doesn't feel out of place.
Yeah.
When I see a weird blue cat person riding a dragon, a water dragon, and throwing bows at people, I say, okay, yeah, this works. It works for this weird universe. But when I see a fucking, I don't know, what looks like a real tiger or a real lion cub starting to talk with what looks like a real fucking pig, wild pig, and they start singing, and it looks a boar, and it looks very realistic. It looks like it looks like an actual wild pig. And an actual boar. It's weird, bro. It's an uncanny valley kind of feeling. It doesn't work. It works in the original because
it's like, you know what that reminds me?
What?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Like they had before they released the movie with the hand-drawn Sonic Hedgehog CGI, they had like a real person looking like Hedgehog, and the reception was so bad. People said it creeped the hell out of them.
Wasn't it if I remember correctly, they released a trailer and people talked a lot of shit about how
how the hedgehog creeps them out.
Yeah, but it was a CGI hedgehog.
Yes, but they made it very, very human-like, very realistic.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
It was too realistic, like you said. Exactly what you said now.
You know what?
It was too realistic, and then they went for a more hand-drawn, more fantastic, 100%. And it was fine.
100%. That's perfect example. That's exactly how I feel, or how I felt about all those realistic animation Disney movies, and the real life Disney movies like Aladdin, Little Mermaid, and all that shit. I mean, I watched the trailer.
Will Smith and
it
wasn't great. But he had big shoes to begin with. I mean, come on.
So why
Robin Williams?
Yes, exactly. But now children, when they talk about Aladdin, they'll talk about the new one and not the classic one with the Robin Williams.
Fuck that! My daughters are going on the old one.
That's because you know, bro. You know what's good and what's not good.
I know what's good.
Even though
even
though you're defending some of those Disney horrible Star Wars shows, but whatever. It's all I'm saying.
But I'm easy to please. You know that.
Yes. I mean, are you? I mean, you are in movies. In movies. In gaming, you're not. In movies and TVs, you are.
In movies, I'm easy to please.
And TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will admit that I'm a lot more stricter in those things. than you are on movies and TVs. I have a higher standard, but I also compare it to how it was before. I do see a drastic drop in quality. I don't see how can anyone deny
Show
it.
me one old person who doesn't say he sees a drastic drop in quality in everything he remembers from his past life.
Listen, part of the format is me and you being completely junked out of our mind and being old. We're all decrepit men.
Sure, we can complain about it in the way we play, but you need to understand, you're saying things are getting worse than they were when you're young. All old people say that. All the time. Always, they will never stop.
Bro!
You are sugarcoating your memories. It's natural.
All right. Okay, you know what? So, as you can see, we're talking a bit about... We're kind of talking about about shows and streaming stuff and movies.
And lots of privacy. And you said
it's all kind of
connected.
But I do want to kind of, even though this is mainly a gaming podcast, I do like talking about movies and TV shows because
this relates to gaming as well.
It is. It does.
Voice actors and stuff like that.
It does. And AI and all that stuff. So right now there's a huge strike going on in Hollywood, both of the actor guilds and the writer guilds.
The actors only recently joined this.
Yes. And though those are different, they're fighting for kind of different things, but also similar stuff. They're kind of, they haven't, I don't think they've officially said that they're like joining forces, but I think it's inevitable.
But you want to explain to everyone what does this formally
Yeah, of course.
mean?
Yes.
That they're striking?
First of all, let's talk about the fact that there was a writers' strike, like I think
months.
It was like a few years ago. It was like I can't remember exactly when it happened, but this is not like something that that's unique or something that hasn't happened before. However, both the writers' guild and the actors' guild striking in the same time is highly unusual. And puts a lot of pressure on Hollywood, the big execs and the big companies.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much.
We'll talk about that. However, what this means is that the future of...
Basically, everything stopped. Production of almost any show and movies has ceased for now because the actors and the writers are not working.
Exactly.
There were the openings of Oppenheimer now and Barbie, and both had no visiting or actors or writers.
No press. No...
Exactly. They
couldn't even promote.
Do it properly. Yeah. They couldn't even promote it. But bro, to be honest, those movies are doing great.
Yeah, they're doing, especially Barbie. They're doing pretty well.
Both are doing great. Oppenheimer is doing amazing. And Barbie has broken records.
Yeah, but Oppenheimer is a R-rated movie. And they
have different crowds.
A very heavy R-rated
crowds.
long movie, and Barbie is like on the other side of the fucking spectrum.
That's why they say these two together are a success because they both cover most of the audience.
Yeah, they're calling it Barbenheimer. That's how they're calling it. Yeah. But this doesn't save this whole summer of movies. It's still... They still call it the summer of
everything that stopped.
There's
like,
still,
for example, Deadpool 3, for example, is not moving.
I know. And I'm talking not even about the strike. I'm talking like about box office success. This is a very weak year overall. And right now, most of the blockbusters...
Mario did okay. And,
most of the blockbusters are failing miserably. They're calling it the year of the flopbusters. That's like a new term, flopbusters, because... You got so many movies that failed, bro. Like huge tentpole, millions of dollars of production money movies. The new Indiana Jones came and went. Nobody talked about it. Nobody cares about it.
Because come on, are you stupid?
It's okay. We don't need to dissect that it's an 80-year-old man. I mean...
Haven't they learned anything from the Crystal Skull? That one did not work either.
No, they haven't learned even...
You had 3 movies that worked. Leave it.
He was old back then, bro. And that's what I mean. And that was when that movie came ago, like more than a decade ago.
Sure, that Crystal Skull thing. That was like 2010 or some. Check. You need to fucking fact that shit.
Keep talking.
But anyway, they even then, like they tried to revive the franchise of the Indiana Jones, and that movie was
2008, bro. 2008.
Told you, around 10, 2 years here or there, it's fine. So bad.
Wow, bro, we're so fucking old, bro. 2008.
Yeah, and it's ancient history for us.
Yeah, in that movie, and he was still considered old back then.
Yeah.
So now they said, okay, let's take him from his recliner.
Yeah, exactly. Let's take the cobwebs off the guy.
Literally in the trailer of the movie the trailer of the movie, I shut it off after the first frame. It starts with like another modern music, because that's all, every trailer today has a like extremely known music, like a song that they implement into the fucking trailer in some way. So this trailer immediately starts with like one of these, I think it's, I don't remember.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Anyways, it starts with literally with an old shirtless man waking up from his slumber, from his midday slumber, from his
nap,
from his
siesta,
from his, like, old men fall asleep. So yeah, that's the first fucking frame of the goddamn fucking movie about Indiana Jones. Why would I want to watch that shit, bro? Why would I want to watch an extremely old man trying to do things that a much younger man need to be doing, or most men don't do, period. Anyways, whatever. Fuck that movie and fuck that shit. That's just one example. There's many more examples of movies that completely failed and cost a lot of money for Disney and Marvel, and most of the Marvel movies, by the way, failed that came out. Other than Galaxy and the Spider-Man, which was last year, it wasn't even this year. They had nothing this year. Anyways, back to the strike. The reason the actors and the writers are striking, they're striking for many reasons, but one of the two main reasons, which are exactly connected to all the other stuff we talked about in this podcast, are AI and residuals, streaming residuals.
Yeah.
Let's start with the AI one, because that's...
No, residuals is easy.
You want to start the residuals?
Yeah, that's easy.
Explain it.
Basically, they're saying a company like Netflix, okay?
Yes.
Like Netflix has Friends, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So Friends runs for years everywhere. It's like one of the biggest successful shows in history.
Yep.
And Netflix tried to remove it once, and the amount of blowback they got from users, they just threw it back in and never decided. No one is touching it.
It's if they try to do with The Office, the same thing will happen.
No one will allow them to touch this thing ever.
Yeah.
But basically, the actors and the production or whatever, they don't make money from this the way they should. Like, Netflix pays the license to stream this to the parent company that owns this, and that parent company does not need to, unless it's in the contract of the actors or the writers or whatever, that they get residuals. They don't.
They only get paid for the job itself.
Yeah, they paid for the job, and not if this thing is a huge success like this, they don't get
residuals.
No dime, nothing.
Yeah, well,
not even a.
They get, from what I understand, they do get checks from Netflix and the other streaming services like Amazon, but they get like extremely small checks, like laughingly small checks. Of course, if it's the bigger actors, I imagine they get the bigger checks. But you can see even the bigger actors are striking right now, because what's going on is those streaming companies are not releasing the numbers of how popular these movies and shows are.
Yeah.
They're keeping all that information hidden. All of them. None of the streaming services right now, and there's many, none of them are giving out information about numbers. They're just saying
how many are watching this, how many are watching that. You get Netflix that tells you, these are the 10 most watched shows in Israel.
Yes.
How many people watch it?
Bro, they have detailed statistics about everything.
Of course.
They know everything about
no company runs properly without analytics.
Yes,
this is the basic.
Of course. And so they know everything.
Of course.
And there's a reason why they invest X amount of money in Stranger Things.
My wife's company is like nothing. It's a studio, and I do the monetary stuff for her, and I have graphs and changes and where is the and projections and everything. Of course, analytics is everything.
Yeah, that's my job as well. As I do exactly the same for my clients. So my point is that they know what is successful and what is not, and what's working and what's not. But the only problem is they're the only one who knows. Nobody else knows. We have to take the word for it.
Exactly.
And it's the same for not just Netflix, for every other streaming service out there. What are they hiding, my friend? And why are they hiding it? We don't know. Well, why is probably because they don't want to pay out a lot of money in residual money to those people. But
not only. They don't want
There's
people
probably
to be
other
able to
reasons.
figure out how successful they are.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. They don't want people to know what their value is.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you know a good example of it? The guy who plays Toby in... Have you ever watched The Office? The show The Office?
There's a British version.
No, I'm
and
talking
an
about the
American
English
version.
one with Jim Carell.
I haven't watched any of them, but I tried to watch and it didn't gel with me.
Okay, whatever. There's a character there. There's someone who plays a character. They're not even
Steve Carell.
Not Steve Carell. Not what I said the wrong name before. But forget him. He's the main actor. I'm talking about one of the smaller guys.
Okay.
Okay, on purpose, because most of the actors are the smaller guys.
Yeah.
That's most of the actors.
Support actors.
Exactly.
It's called support actors.
Yes. That's most of the actors in number wise. So you have a support actor there who plays the character, Toby, for whoever watched The Office, and he talked about how because The Office is a pretty old show now, it's like 20 years. He talked about like how when the show before streaming services, before Netflix, the show used to be had a huge amount of reruns on the whatever network was running it, and he used to get fat residual fucking checks.
Yeah.
Him and all the other cast because
It was
they knew the numbers. There was the Nelson or whatever does I don't know what's the official way that they used to do it in TV, but there was ways of making sure how popular something is. You could see how you could publicly see how popular a show is in the TV back in the olden days, as they say. You can do it today as well, by the way, in today's TV as well. It's just today's TV is not as popular as it used to be. But anyways, so he said that he used to get fat checks, and then when went from TV to streaming
services.
and it went to Netflix, all of a sudden the checks became very small, and nobody talked about it for years. They didn't say shit about it. I don't know why, by the way, but they didn't say shit about it, and that has been standard for every show that went from TV. They all shows like Friends, by the way, that went from TV to streaming. All of a sudden, their residual checks became extremely small to what they used to be. So there is a huge problem here, and they are absolutely correct in making this.
And those things are successful, bro. If they try to take Friends off, which is also weird, like this, like you say, they have analytics.
Yeah.
They know people are still fucking watching that thing all the time.
Yeah.
Why did they try to take it off?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't even consider that. There's so many stuff that we don't know that corporations like Netflix and other extremely successful streaming services are hiding from us. There's so much stuff that is being hidden from the general public, and not just the general public, even from their own industry colleagues.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Actors and producers and writers, they're all, without them, there is no content.
Uh-huh.
They are your colleagues, whether you want it or not, whether you are, it doesn't matter that you are considered big tech or whatever. Once you go into a streaming service, you are part of the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
And they are your colleagues. And if you treat them like shit and you don't pay them what they're worth and you hide stuff from them, of course they're going to go on strike. And that's not even talking about the AI issue.
Yeah, which you are going to
the AI issue is
elaborate on.
ridiculous, bro. Apparently, and this was a comment.
You're talking about the AI ripping off voice and...
Not even. Yeah, I mean, that's, obviously AI can replicate famous actors' voice, faces, you can use...
And if it does that, you don't have to pay them a dime.
So, no, that's what I'm trying... How they worded it, the Writers Guild and the Actors Guild, this is specifically the Actors Guild.
Yeah.
The Writers Guild is also afraid that AI will replicate scripts, that something like ChatGPT, like an advanced version that specializes in scripts, scrapes the whole internet for all the scripts, all the most famous scripts, and creates some sort of Frankenstein ultimate script. You think...
But they already tried that with Twitch. Don't you know about the Seinfeld ripoff of...
Yes. There are experiments done all over the world with similar ChatGPT modules. And I know for a fact, I've read about it even a few days ago, that the big Netflix is looking right now for an AI specialist for like a ridiculous salary, like almost $1 million salary, something ridiculous. So the companies and the big streaming services and the big studios,
it's a hype train and they're trying to get on it.
That's not just that. They're actively trying to find replacement for the actors and the writers in the form of AI. It's ridiculous.
gaming companies too.
In a way, yeah, sure.
Not in a way. I don't remember which company filed already a patent on an AI that writes text for the NPCs in RPGs.
Oh yeah, I've seen that, but it's still. I've seen it. It's pretty bad.
That's not there. They're already trying that with gaming too.
Yeah, but in gaming, it's not as bad because again, it's not. At least when it comes to the AI introduced into this is something that's supposed to enrich your game. It's something that comes on top of the original writing. You know what I mean?
Supposed.
No, I don't see this as a problem. The same as in the movies and TV issues because. What I understand is, and what a lot of the extras or support actors are saying is, they're being asked to come into the studio for one day, have their face and their whole face and
voice
recorded and shot
analyzed.
Analyzed by this extremely advanced, sensors and fucking cameras that then. Take all that information into some elaborate fucking program that makes a face that looks exactly like theirs, and then they put it in the background, and they don't need that actor for any more shooting days. They save money in the long term. But there's only one problem. They pay for that actor for only that day of shooting. Exactly. They don't pay for and they can use that likeness forever. They can use that actor's likeness forever. This is a real thing that's happening right now.
Listen, they already did it with dead actors.
Yeah, the one from Star Wars.
Actors. Yeah, and families of dead actors that have heard that they're using their images to, bring them back to life in content.
And you're defending modern Disney.
They're actually they're looking into suing them.
Well, yeah, of course, because Disney is one of the forefront guys who started using this technology in their movies, in the Star Wars movies.
Yeah,
and they'll be the first guys who will try and replace everyone they can with AI, bro. I think this race of AI and this race of this whole hiding residuals.
You mean race like in a competition or race like
in a competition?
Elves.
I think it's
race, because you're saying race of AI and I'm thinking Dalek.
Listen, I think it's all of this shit is a result of unchecked capitalism. That's what it is, in my opinion. I think capitalism is good, it's important, but once it's unchecked and once...
Capitalism is like a buzzword. What do you mean capitalism is good? There are so many nuances in how capitalism can be. Of course,
but I'm talking about the fact that what's going on right now in the whole goddamn world with everything. You feel it in everything. Everything is more expensive. You feel like everyone are getting greedier for the same shit that they used to ask for before. All the streaming services are increasing their prices. Spotify increasing their prices. Everything is now. Of course, some of it is because of what happened with the.
It feels like capitalism.
With the 2 years quarantine that didn't help. But I feel like there is like an unchecked greed going on.
I'm saying capitalism feels like it's riding towards a cliff right now.
Yes. It feels like
accelerating towards.
Yeah, I feel like the movie and the streaming industry. I feel like the streaming industry is about to implode, like literally implode, with what's going on with the strikes right now. And if you think people won't feel like a drastic drop in quality from some chat GPT script to a human script, we're not there yet, bro. Maybe in a few years we'll want to start seeing the.
It's amazing to me how people think that a computer can drive better than them. But to write a show, of course it can.
Yeah, I think that we will get there eventually. AI will do stuff better than us. It is inevitable. However, without regulation, and with the unchecked shit going on with the greedy corporations and what's going on in the tech world right now, and zero importance on keeping your privacy or trading your info.
Just imagine, we barely know how much information companies collect right now without AI.
We have a pretty good idea, to be honest.
Without AI. And now with AI, they themselves are not sure how much information it collects.
I don't know, man. All I know is that they had like a military exercise with AI a few 2 or 3 months ago, and they tried to recreate a scenario where they give an AI like the option to shoot nuclear weapons, as you do, and
And you got the what's the name of that actor from the 80s war games?
Matthew Bondin.
Matthew Broderick or was
Matthew
it?
Broderick? Yeah, I don't remember.
Was it him?
I don't remember.
But anyway, that game where the computer
I know what
does the
I know
nuclear
what-
war
I know-
and then plays tic-tac-toe.
I know what movie you're talking about. Yeah.
War games. It's called
Yeah,
war
so they made some sort of war game scenario, and the AI ended up like cheating and trying to kill the human to take control.
In all scenarios where the let AI play some sort of competitive game, cheating or killing was one of his go-to things. Without morals, that's the point. Like they're saying, if you don't teach it morals,
Yeah.
then
Boston Dynamics. Do you know Boston Dynamics?
Uh-huh.
All those. Now you get some new videos of these fucking
Robots,
dog robots with fucking mugs on their backs, shooting like mags and shooting like heavy artillery.
Yeah.
Bro, we are heading straight into.
you
the
had that in Wolfenstein.
Bro, we are heading into Skynet. We are heading into pretty much every dystopic future movie ever made, sci-fi movie ever made. We're heading there.
So exciting.
It's amazing, bro. not even mentioning global warming, not even talking about that shit. Climate change, whatever you want to talk about. Yeah, we're fucked, bro. We're so fucked.
or the nuclear horrors coming from Putin's side.
Yeah, we're all fucked. I think my conclusion for this podcast is we are all universally fucked. I just hope we can enjoy.
It's not a question of if, it's a question of when.
Yeah, I just hope we get to enjoy some new good games and good shows and TV shows before we get nuked. So the residuals in the AI, we talked about that, right? About why those are the two main reasons the strike is going on right now. And from what I heard, and this is confirmed, that the tactic of the studios and the big tech companies is to just wait it out. They know that those people, mostly the low-hanging fruit, people who, the extras who get paid nothing, and the greed people.
Yeah, they need money.
The production assistant, the assistant producers, all those producers, all those guys, they need money. They don't have money, bro, because they're not working.
Yeah.
And that's not exactly rich people. It's not the main actors or, the main writers or directors who get the big paychecks. And they won't last much longer, unless they get other. I imagine they have other work.
This is where the unions come into play.
Hopefully, yeah, but
the unions are supposed
that's
to help
literally
them
just
stay
so
afloat.
you know the mindset of the studios, how
Of course.
how vicious they are.
Come on, they were the same with Me Too. They were the same before that.
No, what I'm saying is they are waiting for their colleagues to basically starve before going to negotiate with them. It's vicious, man. It's brutal.
Yeah.
This is the world we live in right now. It is what it is.
But come on, you've seen those studies that showed that basically if you want to be a CEO of a corporate company, you need to be a backstabbing motherfucker. They're all sociopaths, like all of them, basically.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm going to say something that might be controversial. I don't know, but you need people like that in some form or way in some areas of life to function, I guess. It is what it is, You need a crazy motherfucker like Zuckerberg or Elon Musk or whoever, one of those big company, one of those huge, extremely rich people who created a lot of shit. Do they make a lot of mistakes? Do they make a lot of huge mistakes? Sure. But without them, also, you had a lot of stuff that you wouldn't have these days, A lot of extremely important technological advances you will not have these days without those people, you know what I mean? Steve Jobs, But
you're talking about the entrepreneurs. What has Bobby Kotick given the world?
Bobby Kotick gave me an amazing season 1 for Diablo 4.
Exactly.
With cosmetics.
Okay, so I'm talking about these kind of CEOs. The ones that are being paid to run companies ruthlessly to make the maximum amount of squeezable money possible in the shortest amount of time.
Well, speaking of Bobby Kotick, isn't he being booted out of Activision?
Booted? You mean golden parachuted out?
Well, yeah, but once Microsoft buy them, they didn't.
So basically, Microsoft got the okay.
Right.
This is what we're heading to right now. The deal, the merger, has been greenlit in the US.
Microsoft is officially
in the US and in Europe.
They were cleared Microsoft was officially cleared by the US.
By the courtrooms, because there was a appeal.
Yeah, the regulators.
Yeah.
To merge.
Go ahead and
buy Blizzard Activision.
Yeah. basically one of the largest gaming companies in the world is allowed to eat one of the other largest gaming companies in the world.
Wow. So, and this deal has been going on for a
And
while.
this is not going to be bad for the industry or any way more monopolizing or any way bad for the consumer. This is what they're telling us.
I'm going to fight you back on this one. I think...
Of course it's going to be bad. I'm being sarcastic.
No, that's why I know you are. Which is why I'm going to fight you back on this one.
Yeah.
I'm going to play the devil's advocate again.
Sure.
Wait, continue going. Are you finished? What about
this is the headline.
The FTC clear it? That's the UK one, right?
The FTC was against it. They appealed to court. The courtroom said no.
So is there any opposition right now to the deal?
In the UK still.
Still.
Yeah, they have made an appeal there, but over there already if I understood correctly, don't take me very seriously on this. Basically, in the UK, they said that the problem was they think they will monopolize the streaming gaming.
The cloud gaming.
Yeah, the cloud gaming.
Yeah. We talked about that.
So what their appeal is saying, okay, so we're going to take all cloud gaming related anything from UK and we're just going to be a gaming company there. If we develop cloud anything, it will be anywhere else.
They also, I remember that one of the other, that was from Sony side, the other part was the Call of Duty, right?
Yeah.
The Call of Duty franchise, they said that they don't...
Yeah, and they promised to play nice. We need to believe them.
Who promised? Xbox, yeah. They said
the ones that are buying the Call of Duty.
Microsoft Xbox. They said that it will be still available for everyone.
Yeah, we'll play nice. That's what they said. Well, we want to believe them.
I 100% believe them.
Sure.
I do. I 100% believe them.
Sure.
I'm telling you that they will...
They bought Bethesda and ZeniMax and said, oh, these will not be exclusives.
I mean, what do you mean? Starfield is coming out in every platform, in Steam and in what is other than the AMD thing? What's exclusive about Starfield? Am I missing something?
By what I understood, the optimization and everything is based on Xbox. It runs best on Xbox.
Okay, you're talking about consoles, but PC for PC, it doesn't matter, right? I mean,
No, it's kind of like ported from Xbox. They are basically making it worthwhile for you to want to play it on Xbox.
No, I don't think there's... I'm going to buy it on Steam. The thing about
this is one of the first games they released this week.
Listen, what they're doing is... Okay, so I'm going to fight you back on this one because I think you're wrong. First of all, I think Activision Blizzard are in such a terrible fucking, horrible fucking condition right now. Their reputation cannot get lower than it is right now.
Irrelevant.
Wait. Let me finish. And I think that Microsoft buying them can only help them. Now, it literally cannot get worse than it is right now for Microsoft, for Blizzard. So them buying it and offering that fucking idiot a golden parachute, the Kotick, is a good thing. That's first. I think they can clean up a lot of the shit going on there. I think they can bring in some good people in there. I think they can improve things. Will they do it? I don't know. I'm just saying they can. However...
That's not saying anything. Of course they can.
No, it is saying anything because I think that Blizzard, Activision, they won't rise from where they are right now, reputation-wise and gameplay-wise, and they won't make any better games than they do right now. And I think that with Microsoft buying them, I think it might bring some fresh wind into the sales. You know, they make them maybe try to reboot, and without Bobby Kotick hovering over them, maybe things would be different. I don't know. I'm trying to be optimistic. That's one thing.
But I was discussing the general idea of the console wars and exclusivity of Call of Duty.
Okay.
And you're telling me they are going to improve or not improve things in Blizzard. How is that relevant?
Because I'm telling you, first of all, by the way, I forgot to mention this. Overwatch 2 is out on Steam right now. You can't play it yet, but it will be officially out on Steam in a few weeks, and you'll be able to play it. And many other Blizzard games you will be able to play on Steam in the future. So it won't be mutually exclusive to Battle.net. Yeah. So this is already showing you that this buyout by Microsoft is making a good change for us for gamers, and it's actually the other way around. It's not making it more exclusive.
Oh, this is what they're trying to convince you with right now.
Listen, more games on
more
games on Game Pass is a good thing. It's a win for all of consumers because Game Pass...
No, because it's only on Xbox.
But it's not. That's what I'm telling you. You can buy Starfield both on Steam and on fucking Xbox Pass, Game Pass.
Game Pass gives you games to Xbox.
No, it gives you games to PC as well. It works for both PC and Xbox. Did you not know this? You can now go and register to fucking Game Pass and play games for a fucking $1 or $5 or however it is. Ridiculous, amazing games. Game Pass is one of the most lucrative fucking things you can pay for today. Like as a gamer.
When they own 70% of the games in the world, you think it will stay that way?
I think so, yes. I think it will stay like... I think... Again, you're seeing actively that you're getting...
Because they have competition right now. And they have to drive that competition into the wall. So of course they're going to make a gaming service that is much more lucrative than everyone because they want them to come from Sony to Xbox.
I think Microsoft, I'm giving them a bit more credit than you are because I'm looking at what the stuff that they're doing. Sure, are they making mistakes like every other corporation? Sure.
Haven't you seen the emails of them saying they want to drive Sony out of business?
Bro, yes, I've seen that shit, of course, but you got those sort of emails. Do you think Sony doesn't have emails about Microsoft?
But Sony isn't buying the Zen.
What I'm saying is this is the cutthroat language that corporations talk about.
But as long as it's theoretical, I don't give a shit. They are growing. They are becoming a huge fucking
monopoly.
Jabba the Hutt of a company.
Yes, but if the accessibility to those games increases to more platforms and more players, it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing.
6 years will pass and they will have to develop Call of Duty 15,000. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they're going to have to tell, and a new console generation is about to come out. PlayStation 6. So they will write PlayStation, Sony, and they will say, listen, if you want the new Call of Duty to work on PlayStation 6, we need the specs.
But didn't they sign? Isn't part of the contract?
10 years is nothing.
But they're signing a contract with Sony.
For 10 years.
No, how do you know that it's 10 years?
Because that's what they said.
I don't know about the 10 years.
That's the promise they made the court.
I don't know about the 10 years. But first of all, 10 years is a lot of time. That's
not in the gaming world.
It's a lot of time.
How many Call of Duties is 10 years? 2?
10?
3?
10 years? How many Call of Duty?
Yeah.
It's 10 Call of Duties, bro.
No.
They release a Call of Duty every year. That's what they used to do up until now. Up until the last Call of Duty, pretty much. They used it. It was an annual
Even
release.
if
it was like our podcast, bro. Once a year.
They develop a Call of Duty while we develop one episode.
That's why you had such a decline in fucking quality in those fucking games. Because they were shitting them out once a year, bro. Now they started making them once every 2 years.
Even if it's 5 Call of Duties.
Yes.
This is a very short time period for the gaming industry. It's not very long.
I don't know about the 10 years if you're right about that. We need to check that shit. Because I'm not sure if you're correct. I don't think I don't understand.
You can check it. My point is, when shit comes to shove, they are going to release a new...
Shit come to shove, bro?
Yeah.
Okay.
They are going to release a new Call of Duty. If Sony wants it on the new generation console, they haven't released yet. So it's, what it's going to have is secret. They usually need to send those specs to a company that develops a game they are going to release with their new console.
What about...
Let me finish.
Okay.
So if that Call of Duty, if they want it on the new console, they will have to send their trade secrets to their competitors, to Xbox. And that's not going to happen. And when that's not going to happen, that means that Call of Duty is going to get released on PlayStation 5 and not 6, but on Xbox it will be on the new generation because they know how to work with their own generation. So basically you can have a new Call of Duty, sure, on both platforms, but on the Xbox you get it with DLSS and ray tracing and super quality things. On PlayStation you're gonna get it a generation back with much less quality of life things. And then as a consumer, which way do you think you're gonna lean?
I don't know. I guess that's more like exclusivity deals with the technology, the video technology companies like Nvidia and AMD and Intel, and less like publisher stuff, You're saying that once Microsoft buys Blizzard Activision, in the long run, not in the short run, in the long run, it will hurt us gamers because it will be less available in less platforms. It will be exclusive to...
They're going to drive themselves to a monopoly and then you're going to get hurt.
I'm saying that I think you're wrong because looking at the history of specifically their gaming division, which is ran by their Xbox gaming division, which is ran by Phil Spencer, which is a guy which is if you want to talk about all those scummy, CEOs and all that, he's one of those rare ones who doesn't seem like that, and he doesn't act like that.
He likes to portray himself as the people person.
I mean, but it's not just what he says, it's his actions as well. Again, Game Pass is one of the most amazing deals any gamer can... Doesn't
Agreed.
matter. What?
Agreed.
For PC as well. Not just...
Anyway, agreed.
And that's Microsoft. And that's very consumer friendly. You know what I mean?
Yes, because they are competing right now.
I understand. I think what they'll do is, once they'll have 70%, it won't be 70%, but it will be a huge percent of the gaming market will be owned by Microsoft. 100%. You're correct. I think what they'll do is, once they'll have all those games, what they'll do is increase the amount of money you pay for the subscription of the Game Pass considerably, from like $1 or $5 to 10 or 15. That's what they'll do. That's how they'll make the money. They won't restrict access to games that you can get in Steam or in other stuff like that. They won't do that because that hurts their bottom line. Even they said, Microsoft said that it's better for their business to have Call of Duty in more platforms, not less. They even said that it's better for their business. So I think I understand what you're saying. You don't believe them. I think they actually mean it, because I think they actually think that it is better for their business in the long run. I think they're actually smarter than you're giving them credit.
I can't believe you are actually believing the words of utopian promises from a billion-dollar cutthroat company.
Bro, if it makes money, it makes sense. I think what they're doing will make them more money in the future.
Okay,
I think
we'll
it will. We'll see. Well, I think we touched pretty much on most of that. Yeah, some of this stuff we didn't talk about, but we can talk about it some other time, I guess. The Baldur's Gate coming out. I wanted to talk to you about that game.
Man, I'm gonna play the shit out of that.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna play it when it comes out.
I really wanted
to see
you
if it get some patches first.
I wanted you to hype me up about it. You know what I mean?
No, but I can't. You know me. I don't get high. I don't watch any release videos and snippets and
about this game, I don't either. For this game, I didn't either. But
all I know is that there's a sex scene with the bear.
I'm getting bored from. I heard about that shit. I'm getting bored.
And the squirrel that goes like, what the fuck?
I'm getting bored with Diablo, bro. I don't have time. I don't want to wait around for the fucking shitty patches. And Baldur's Gate 3 looks like a good alternative for me. You know, it looks enticing. But then I remember
Did you play the first Baldur's Gate?
Yes, the 1 and 2,
2 and Throne of Baal?
Sorry?
There was a
1 and 2 I played.
Yeah, but 2 was Shadows of Anne, and then it had an expansion called Throne of Baal.
No, I didn't play the expansion.
So you never became a god?
No. No, I played the...
Pure Immortal.
No, I played just the 2 original games many years ago.
That expansion was very good. It also, completed lots of the romances, like gave them proper endings and whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Children and shit.
So, Larian Studios, those are the guys that are making Baldur's Gate 3.
They made Divinities.
Yeah, so I don't like Divinity. I don't like the 2 Divinity games. I couldn't get into them at all. And that's my biggest problem with this game. I'm afraid that I won't be able to get into this game as well, even though they call it Baldur's Gate 3. And it looks different from the other games. It looks more graphically impressive, more immersive. It looks like a AAA game. You know what I mean?
Yes, it looks very good. And someone that was exposed to it, I read somewhere, that said he feels like this is the best D&D experience in a game.
Yeah, I heard
to this day.
I heard a lot of people say that. That's true, because it's been out in early access for a while now. I don't touch early access games usually.
Of course,
I try to avoid. Sometimes I do it because I fall for the hype, but I usually regret it immediately.
Fuck EA, the company and early access.
And it looks good. They're saying that there's like 300 different endings that you can have, the company. And there's like you said, there's a huge amount of dialogue in it, recorded dialogue, not like you don't even have to, and a lot of voice acting. It's a very, it's the most ambitious game to date.
And romances,
it's
sex scenes,
just like Baldur's Gate, like the original game.
Baldur's Gate, the romances were amazing.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's a very adult D&D experience, very full, enriching. That's what people say.
Yeah.
So, and I heard a lot of people that I trust saying that it's a great game. However, again, I'm afraid that something in the game mechanics will make me, because I didn't like the last 2 games.
Yeah.
I'm definitely still going to give it a chance, especially after I'll wait for the reviews, the user reviews, most importantly. I want to see what people say. And if everyone will say that these are good games. If I see someone say that they didn't like the first 2 games, but they really love this one, that will be the thing that will hook me. You know what I mean? If someone will say, listen, I didn't get I didn't get grabbed by Divinity 1 and 2.
Oh, you mean those two? Because I thought you meant Baldur's Gate 1
No,
and 2.
no. I mean Larian.
I mean like Baldur's Gate 1 too.
I mean Larian.
It was amazing.
I meant Larian Studios' previous 2 games that I didn't connect with.
Yeah.
I loved Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, I said. I just didn't like the last 2 games that Larian did.
Yeah.
But as you know, BioWare made... BioWare?
Yeah.
Yeah, BioWare made the first Baldur's Gate. So it's a different company.
Which
and
they also made the
Mass
Effect.
It's a simple question. If it wasn't named Baldur's Gate 3, do you think it would get the hype that it gets? You know what I mean? If it was just...
a good question.
If they had a different generic D&D name, you know? Like, whatever.
Look at the other D&D titles that came out.
What if they call
Solasta.
What if they just call it Divinity Original Sin 3?
But do you know anything about Solasta?
No.
And that's a D&D game that came out.
I mean, there's many D&D games that come out all the time.
But that's what I mean. That it was
most of them nobody talking about because they're not very good.
They're not very good. They're also usually niche audience.
Yeah, that's exactly one thing. This game is supposed to not be niche audience. It's supposed to be a lot more... It's supposed to be appealing to casual audience as well, from what I understand. It's supposed to be... That's why graphically it's so... They invested so much in the graphics. It's a lot more... it looks like almost like a AAA game. It doesn't look like their previous games.
I hope it's good.
Again, the early...
I need a good...
The early reviews are very good. But I don't know, bro. We'll see. Not every game that gets praised in Steam is good for my personal taste.
Sure.
We'll see. We'll wait and see. Anyways, there was one other thing I wanted to talk about. We're not going to talk about it now.
Well, I can also say a few things for our retro corner.
You have something right now?
Yeah, I can discuss something.
Okay, go. Sure.
So I have a Switch, right?
Yeah.
And in the Nintendo Switch, if you want to play online with someone, you have to pay for the subscription, like a Game Pass thing.
Okay.
Whatever. It's not a Game Pass. It's an online subscription, whatever.
Yeah. Game Pass is
and
something
you can get a regular one or a premium one or extended one or whatever, with bonuses. And the price difference is nothing. So I got the extra one because we wanted an online play. My daughter wanted to play with her cousins from the US.
Oh, cool.
Mario Kart or whatever.
The US, not Romania?
What?
The US, not Romania?
Yeah. Her
mother's side. From her mother's side.
Yeah, mother's side.
Right. Sorry.
She wanted to play with them Mario Kart or whatever.
Cool.
And then I discovered she needs the subscription. So we got a subscription. Anyway, with it, you can get all the emulators that Nintendo has for their old consoles. Like you have an emulator that can run all the Super Nintendo games they had on the Switch.
See, that's great.
All the Nintendo games they had. You had to pay for it, but I have both of these installed. My wife is just became addicted completely to the Nintendo because she had the Super Nintendo when she was young. She's playing all the old Mario games.
That's great. That's great.
She sits all day and playing with.
That's great value for money right there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. I got into a few games. Things that I will name that you will remember from them, like the Zelda from old times, Double Dragon, and Caveman something.
And
Crazy Caveman.
Do you own those games? Do you own the license to play these games, or is it like? Do you know the thing about Game Pass is that you rent the game. You basically that's why it's cost so little because you basically rent the game for a time. You play it and then you basically uninstall it. And it's not yours. It's not in your...
Yeah, it's like a streaming service.
Yes, video. Exactly. So this is how it works with the Nintendo, or is it like forever?
No. It's a license.
So it's the same thing. You play it for a while and then you uninstall it.
I don't know if you uninstall it. I have
You don't own the game. You don't install it on your
No, I did install it on the Switch.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean they can't. You still need to be online.
It's not like in Steam where you buy the game. It's in your.
But even in Steam, if Valve closes doors tomorrow, and
we talked about this, yeah,
you don't have anything.
Yeah, but I mean,
nothing.
Yes.
It's the same thing. They're not even if it's installed on your computer, unless you can run it offline somehow.
I'm not talking about
the only company that sells you games that you actually own. You can install on a computer and play forever without any connection to them is GOG. GOG sells you games DRM free. You get an installation file you can keep on your computer and you can play it whenever you fucking want and no one will know.
Do you know that even You can go to a store, a physical store, a brick and mortar store of games.
Like GameStop. And you can... Some games, you buy them, and what you get inside is not a physical disc, it's a code. It's a code,
to download the fucking game.
Yes.
That's justice.
Yes.
That's just... How is that legal? Can you explain how that's legal, bro?
It's so stupid.
Anyways, man, I think we've pretty much covered most of what we want to talk. Oh, wait, you didn't... Did you finish talking about whatever? So you played all your old...
Yeah, so I'm saying, if someone wants to play his old Super Nintendo stuff, because I have like my old Super Nintendo console. Yeah. Connecting this to the modern TVs is usually a hassle.
Uh-huh.
You need the right cables and the right connections, and it's annoying, and even if it runs on, like, we had like a special power adapter that actually can fit the modern electricity. Like, it came from the US, it needed like 110 volts special something. It was annoying to run it. Now, it just runs with the Switch, like everything else. I just power it up and I can play super old retro games, and they all run very well. They don't run too fast. You don't have to optimize anything. Everything runs smoothly, perfectly. And they added external saves. So you don't have to use like the internal stupid saves that they had from then. You have like an external UI that you can save whenever you want, load whenever you want, jump into the game whenever you want. It's done well.
Nintendo are like, that's an example of a company that still understands its player base, even today. Such an old company, but they still understand.
But they still have shenanigans of their
Sure, own. Bro, you can't find any company that doesn't do any shady shit. It's just, it is what it is. I'm just accepting reality, and that's why I'm defending Microsoft, because I see them as the lesser evil. Doesn't mean they're not evil. Just the lesser evil. That's it.
Evil is evil. Greater,
fuck
middling.
You. Don't you fucking quote The Witcher to me, man. Fuck that show.
Makes no difference. If I have to choose between
Season 3 so bad.
The next, I'd rather not choose at all.
Didn't they fire Henry Cavill? Fuck those guys. Okay, just wanted to say one more thing and then we're done. Apparently there's UFOs out there. They're real. The US government, the US Congress, like interviewed a guy named David Grush. He's like a big former US intelligence official. He was like a US Air Force high-ranking intelligence.
He was the Nick Fury of...
I don't know. He was like, he's legitimately like an ex-US guy, a US Army guy, used to be in the high-ranking of intelligence unit, and he got access to highly classified UFO/UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena, whatever the fuck they want to call it these days, stuff. So anyways, he basically said under oath in front of the goddamn US Congress that aliens are real, and the USA, even the government, has actual biological non-human bodies.
Carcasses.
Yeah, he said that he knows personally people who got harmed by both the government and the actual experiments. Anyways, it's a big shit show. Nobody's buying it. And that's all I gotta say about it. See you guys next time. I'm Inco. This is Wolf. See you around. Bye,
guys.